Hello, how you guys are doing? It's middle of the summer, which is July. So, just to get out of the way, today will be my last day to stream at my own house. And after that, well, I no longer can stream at my own PC, or this format, or whatever. So, tomorrow I'll be living at my apartment, at which we have not tested out how the internet can do streaming, but we did some internet tests yesterday, and it's working. So, I'm not learning. Since my mom and I don't have a large TV anymore, my mom got my iPad Pro, which we end up pitching another one, which is I got this one. This is a 13-inch iPad. It's a little heavier than the ones I own. I have that 11-inch iPad for at least 8 months. I think it's 8 months since I got it from December 25 when it's on sale. And this is a nano texture. So it's more like a big upgrade to my 11-inch iPad. What I like about this one, the nano texture, is they tend to be less reflective. You can see that it's not reflected as much. It's just, you can still get the light, but they just become less reflective compared to the regular ones. And they give you a little cloth to wipe down your nano texture iPad. It's pretty easy to clean up. So the nano texture, a little different from a standard glass, and it's a little different. So you basically draw on the paper on the iPad, and it doesn't feel as slippery as a glass one. Although I got used to it by then, it doesn't feel that much compared to the Wacom that I'm using. So this thing is has more texture than the Wacom itself. But the Wacom is very durable, as always. I put it down somewhere. It's my new iPad, so I need to be careful about it. Okay. So yeah, our house is pretty much cleared up by now. It's only left me my PC and other things. All our stuff are being given away, donated, sold, so on. So tomorrow will be our busy day where we'll be moving our stuff to our apartment, and we did get some help tomorrow, so don't really worry much. Of course, I want to share something. My favorite new pet to show you. I found it in my garage. I was like, oh, it's so cute, I don't want to sell it. I don't know how much they sell for the red shoyu. I know it's not too expensive, but it's still cute. Red is my favorite color, and it's my lucky color too, so it's pretty cute. So I go and hang it with my keychains and stuff. Hi, Kaiba, how you doing? Thank you for the follow. Hey, how you doing? You like my shoyu? Still kind of cute. He might try on Neopets. Yeah, it is awesome. Let's share a few things. I always want to get to join. But if you have any questions, I'm happy to talk about. I'm good, doing good. How about you? That's good. What have you been up to these days? I know you're new here, so I mean, I plan to be streaming at my apartment soon. Probably the next first week. It will be a test stream for my iPad. For me, I'll be streaming as my last day at my own house, so of course I'm trying to learn to create weapons. I'm totally taking the weapon class online, so where's my stabilizer? Okay, it's kind of smoothing for some reason. So yeah, I am currently taking weapon class. Hopefully I learn from it and add some skills from it someday to make a weapon out of it. This will be like an angelic sword and stuff. So far, weapon class is actually pretty fun. It's not a thing where people would be interested in making prop designs. But for me, I took a class. I have a lot of canon that involves fighting and stuff, so weapon would be a good idea to learn. Hopefully I'll be streaming more often once I settle in my new apartment and stuff. Because doing more, hopefully I learn to walk, keep walking. I don't have a transportation since well, it's been sort of. So I have to depend on walking to places, although we live around the mall, so it's not a problem if I want to go shopping for clothes, outfits, food. I don't think I can go shopping for medicine and stuff. So I'm going to do some rough sword designs. I'm still learning, so bear with me. Weapon is not really my... I mean, weapon design is not really thing I think about. But it's just a fun idea. This will be the hopefully once I master this, I can put up as a commission and stuff. Or adopts. This week my class has talked about swords, which I think is pretty fun topic to learn from. The class is not really popular, but he made it fun. And to be honest, so it's not that hard to draw. Next week's topic is going to be a little harder, which we'll be drawing about a firearm. More modern tech for the game characters. I don't usually do design for games and stuff. I'm more like a character designer for films and stuff, films and TV. My class is already making some interesting sword design. I wish I was that in tune with the weapons and stuff. Everybody's so creative with their sword designs. Guess I'll make a fifth sword out of it, just for fun. I'm not allowed to sell stuff from the class, but I can only draw from when I'm doing my assignment. Seems like you draw pretty loose. I guess that's just soil. Hey, the person, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I'm doing good, how about you? Oh, that's good. Same here. Tomorrow will be our final push to move our stuff to the apartment. And we did go and have some help tomorrow. I mean, most of our stuff are in, but our push are going to come with us tomorrow. Just on some basic needs and stuff. In general, I don't know how good the internet is for my streaming. So I was wondering if you want to be a test viewer for my stream. In my new iPad 13-inch. Let me see. See? It's a little big. Might be a little heavier than my 11-inch. But it's another texture. So they tend to be less reflective. And on the Nanotech, they give you a free wipe, so you can wipe down your screen. Which is screen. It's actually really good. It's an excellent material from Apple. What? Double? Must be from a webcam. Okay, I turned that off. Thanks for telling me. I just realized the webcam voice for this thing is implanted, so that's how you hear me twice. Yeah, I liked it. Compared to standard glass, it just feel like it's all made out of paper and stuff. Compared to drawing on glass, it's less reflective. It sounds different when you draw on it. And of course, bigger is better when you draw. I don't have to squint my eyes on the 11-inch tablet anymore. Or worry about the file size. Everybody pitched in to help me buy a new 13-inch since my mom is getting my iPad that I bought for myself. And of course, you want to see my show you? I mean, it's pretty cute. It used to be my favorite Neopets. Of course, my lucky color, red. Still good looking good, yeah. I think they sell Neopets for $20, $30 on eBay. Of course I'm keeping this one. Because it's way out these days. I try to repeat myself. Today is my last day at my own house. A house that I grew up for over 20 years. So it took a while to get our stuff sold, given away, and donated. It feels pretty sad, but it's just how it is. Got used to living in a big house. You get so much space to walk around. It feels weird when the room is not used, except for once in a while. At the end, I just need a quiet place and a comfortable life. It doesn't need to be really big house. It's just a decent house for us to have our own space and do some stuff. I know it's not really easy for everyone to pack, give away, move on. But at least we'll be living in a new house. That's a fresh start. We don't have to worry about cluttering our house again for unnecessary stuff. Cause we got technology these days. Guess I can just play with be more crazy with my shape of this one. I'm thinking this will be an angry mermaid swan. I don't really design weapons. But I kind of want to learn how to draw weapons, since my characters are involved mostly fighting. So next week we'll be learning how to, this week we'll be learning how to draw firearms and stuff. So it's good for my characters from Star Wars. Since you'll be using a laser gun. My Mando OC and stuff. Yeah, first one. First sword. I do have a lot of plans. What I mean by a lot of plans is I won't be jobbing anymore. I'll be stuck in one place. But I'm really surrounded by malls and other things, so all I will be walking distance. If I want to go to a movie, I can walk 5 minutes to get there. If I want to go shopping for food, I can just walk there. If I want to go shopping for clothes, I can also just walk there too. Yeah. We'll be living in an apartment for 6 months or so. 6 months is actually pretty short. After we live in an apartment, we'll be officially moving to Texas. My drawing weapon should be a little weird since I'm not really a violent person who think about those kind of things. Even when I play video games, I don't think about which stuff I want to slap it to somebody or the enemies. But I like involve fighting, so for my story. I can see how weapon design is easier for somebody. Since some people play a lot of video games compared to me, I don't play that much violent video games and stuff. I know sometimes in the animation industry, there are weapons and stuff. another fish sword for fun. Maybe I should draw about fish sword. Another fish sword. Maybe I should draw a bunch of fish sword and stuff. Yeah, 500 guns. Jeez. I had to think about which gun is good to use to kill somebody or which gun is a shotgun. The only kid game I played is Plants vs. Zombies. Then again, it's a kid version, so you can have a zombie literally shooting paint guns at the plants and stuff. That kill is called the Engineer Zombies. Where he has a paint gun, a sniping. And it was kind of funny. Maybe more fish gun. Or fish sword. Try and kill somebody with a fish. Don't kill somebody with a fish. I heard rumors that somebody told me that Instagram don't like guns. Although my teacher really pushed a firearm on his Instagram. And it gave him a lot of views for some reason. I guess he probably talked about the actual stuff than the fancy weapons. Yeah, let's kill somebody with a fish. Fish are weapons. You just grab their tails and slap them around. The theme of this show will be fish. Let's kill someone with a fish. Fish will be really smelly to hit somebody. That'd be funny. Make a fish to turn to weapons. So I imagine this week we'll be learning about firearms design. And it will be a really interesting topic for me to learn. We got like a few more weeks in class, so we still got a bunch of things to learn. About 3 weeks ago, during 4th of July, they canceled a class since it's a holiday. So I think around end of June, the class started. We started with a primitive weapon, like the caveman weapons, like stick, wood, and bones. It's a little easier since it's more organic manners compared to swords and firearms. So we're going towards something less organic pretty soon. They say the weapon glass is not the popular thing compared to some more loose and organic like backgrounds and abstract stuff. Yeah, I like it. I think people in that class like it too. Just some things where it's like extra self-learning thing. Just level up. I know my teacher's going to do a mecha class after this class ended in a few months. He wanted to teach something more mechanic. By the way, this will be my last day using Photoshop, so I'll be moving to Procreate to do all my artwork there. I mean, Procreate has become professional level stuff, and it's getting better. Not as crazy firehouse like Photoshop, but it's a decent alternative for me to use for a few months, or probably a year. I was planning to cancel my Photoshop description when it ended. Mine ended around September, so that'll be a time that I can cancel my Photoshop description without a fee. I kinda don't like the fee idea, but it's annoying. It looks different than I remember, but it's cool. Okay, first pass is done. Well, I mean, first set is done. Let's try a more fun shape design. Something more fantasy that's not to be realistic and stuff. This can be the wherever show it will be. To be honest, I don't know what it is. Let's just show it. Well, we can just make an ice cream sword. A sword is about ice cream. You just give somebody a little scoop. Banana split ice cream shown. With a cherry on top. Or banana shot, whatever they call it. Yeah, yep, that's right. I cancel, I don't have to pay again. Otherwise, I'll be paying $22 a month just for like a feature of my iPad. I know they have an option for an app purchase, which is a lot more less than $22. Yeah, banana split shown. This will be the glacier shown. The ice shown. Oh, matcha shown. That'd be so tiny. I think more just like a little leaf. the black hole zone where the voice will come in and shrimp zone. Let's try shrimp. I mean, it would be cute to draw a shrimp. Time for export. Oops, not 60,000. That should be a good showcase to show to my class. Where did my go? Healing we deleted. I feel mine is too dark. I see. Let me look. I mean, there's no set of numbers. It's just a direction. I've been streaming about an hour. So I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes. Anyways, I'm finally back. I took a long, short break, but anyways. I just got this. A fancy selfie stick that can stand and stretch. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna do some blogging and stuff, but might be useful someday. Right now I'm in the sketching free, so I'll probably do some renders offline. Right now I don't feel like doing some rendering right now. Just want to do some cool designs. Plus I don't have mental energy to really render right now. I decided to do something more, a little less work, a little less stress, since I'm still a little tired from moving and stuff. Yeah. Probably after this, I can spend some time talking about, my house. Anyways, my house, I really grew up for 20 years. It brings a lot of good memories and stuff. Besides a really big house, it's a really nice neighborhood where you're really next to the forest and stuff. So we can have a choice to walk over there, or meet the wildlife on your way back home. We see a lot of turkey and stuff. Yeah, anyways, it's a nice home, nice neighborhood. A little bit away from the main city and stuff. Not too far either, so it's not too hard for us to get into a highway and stuff. Yep, I go to middle school, I go to high school with this house. Give me a second. Somebody want to talk to me? Anyways, this is somebody asking about some stuff. Keep in mind we're packing, so my parents are trying to pack some for apartment. Yeah, it's a little strange, but once we sell it, and then there won't be any awkward interruptions and stuff. Plan to give. I might give off after this. Today it's more like a life update and blogging and stuff. At the end of the day, how is pretty much important since it's your safe spot and just another place to sleep and live. Like I'm used to live in an apartment myself when I study in school, so I know what it is to live in an apartment and housing. Only a con about apartment is that you live next to your neighbor, so you might hear stuff from them. Of course, it's kind of annoying when you have to move your stuff every year. That's why everybody's going mobile these days. You don't need books, you got iPad. You want entertainment, iPad is there for you. You want work, iPad. You want to draw, that's iPad. At this point, iPad is pretty much gonna be everywhere. So, what's nice about living in a house is that you get more space, more rooms for yourself, more privacy. You pretty much can do anything you want. And if you have friends and family, house is pretty much a good hangout spot. Of course, your neighborhood is very important. If you're surrounded by a good neighborhood, then you don't have to worry about dealing with the kind of people in your space. Yeah, pretty much. With apartments, you're pretty much a little simplified. You get to talk to your neighbors. There's a hangout corner like the exercise and swimming pool and stuff. And if you don't like your neighborhood, you can move out within a year or so. I used to live with roommates. It's not really fun, to be honest, when you get a roommate that's pro-American stuff. Otherwise, a house might be a little too big for a single person, but I live with somebody, so a house just makes sense. But anyways, my family bought a house and they want me to go to a really good school. Obviously, the better the neighborhood, the better the school is, so they're hoping I get good stuff out of high school, but high school will always be high school. Although I do like own my own parking lot. Don't have to worry about space with the neighborhood and stuff. Or parking in a pocket space where somebody might crash into you or rub against your car. But these days, most of the car has some auto tracking, so there's less likely for somebody to scratch your car these days. So how about your devotion? Got any fun to do? I'm not sure. I know I want a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts where you literally slash your enemy with a key. That'll be fun. By the way, yesterday my cousin came in He saw that I have Transformer toys and asked if I have any, but I don't have any Transformer toys left since I sold them off to Mercury. So unfortunately, I don't have anything for him to take. But he's been talking about Transformers. He's more like he's a fan, but he prefers to play with the toys than interact with the community. So he's really happy. He gets to play with his Transformer toys. He asked me what show I grew up. I say I grew up with Transformer Armada 2. Since it was only a most insane 2D animation I ever seen. You know, it was labor intensive back then. So I said the last time I watched Transformers, I watched Transformers animated. And after that, it was the last decent Transformers shows. I mean, I stopped watching Transformers not long ago. I lost interest after the movie. The Michael Bay movie of Transformers. He said he likes it. I mean, that movie's pretty decent for first time. And after that, it's just a little okay-ish. And as usual, he also noticed that the toy quality has been going down, as I told him. Cause Transformer toys are not that great anymore, and it's pretty much been getting a little smaller and less paint, and more simplified, so my cousin said he likes a little bit more complicated transformation, like Transformers Generation 2 Transformers Armada. I mean, Transformers Armada is really fun. You have literally two robots combined together to become one. Or a guy uses his truck as extra body weapons and stuff. And if you like Jetfire, he'd be like, oh yeah, I love Jetfire, that little rocket guy that merged with Optimus Prime. I think Jetfire is my favorite Transformers from Transformers Armada. Jazz is pretty decent, and everybody been asking me how I feel when I'm leaving the house. Actually, I don't feel that good. Yeah. I've been trying to get his Discord ID. He haven't replied yet, so kind of makes sense. He's not really the type of person to be online and stuff, so I don't mind. It's just a way for me to really talk to him. We have a huge family, so there's this like cousin of the second, and this cousin to the third, cousin here and there. I have more cousins than I have more uncles and aunts. Guess I'll be posting this on Discord. And so, I haven't been in Transform for years, so what I do, I just watch it for fun. I used to be a really huge fan of Transformers, since I used to remember all the names and stuff. Now I lost the ability to remember names. For me, I push it like Soundwave and Shockwave and Optimus Prime. He was talking about how funny the Transformer is, like a Megatron literally transforming into a gun. I don't know, it's useful, but he was kind of more useful than Soundwave, where they transform into a cassette tape and make big sounds and stuff. But he was really fun as a toy, that he can summon his little pet to attack and stuff. Compared to Starscream, who can transform into a jet, that is more useful than a gun and a cassette. You know, if Megatron transform a gun, it's kind of irony for the Decepticon leader. So yeah, I think both of us agree that Transformers Generation 1 is the best. I mean, Transformers Armor is good, but nothing beats Generation 1. Because Generation 1, you see all of us find the human, they fight the aliens, they go to spaces and stuff. Besides fighting these Decepticons. And Optimus Prime literally deal with a human who was trying to hunt him down and stuff. You get to fight monsters. You see how creative it is back then compared to these days. I was like, what happened to Transformers? It's like, what happened? Kinda like My Little Pony. Hasbro put the most effort into Generation 4. It's like a masterpiece of a series, and nowadays it's just a much. And when they do Mario Boy Gen 5, it's not as good as Gen 4. Anyways, let's talk about the packing. During that time, I was trying to pack sketchbook and remaining art supplies that I didn't use. When I looked through my sketchbook, I was thinking whether to keep them or to dump them. To be honest, I'd rather dump them because most of my ideas are pretty cringe. Yeah, I got a lot of middle school and high school ideas that is a little cringe these days. But the fun thing, when I was in middle school, I think about the crazy crossover ideas. Like, what if Bumblebee from Transformers animated meet Bumblebee, and of course, I met another robot. So I was thinking of an epic crossover between Bumblebee, Metabee. I thought it was Wally. Although Bumblebee is technically a a little big for a group, but like a crazy crossover idea of an adventure where three underdogs do something. I forgot what my idea for middle school, but you can see how wacky my idea is back then. Of course, when I gave my sketchbook to my friends, I was supposed to give her some blank sketchbook for her to use, but I actually left some for hers. But she don't mind looking over my ideas and stuff. Yeah, we have mistakes and cringe moments and weird ideas as a kid. Especially when you're alone and stuff. I mean, without boredom and social life, you develop imagination to fill that void. That's why I like to draw and do some stuff. You know, my ideas can be cringe sometimes. Probably because I'm focused on high school, socializing, mental health problems back then, where I could not focus on the ideas and the killers I want to tell. Of course, my first OC was a transformer who came from other planets. I named her Nani. She's like a female transformer with hair. She's like a different species of robots compared to Optimus Prime. You can tell how clear my idea is back then. Drawing also is fun when you want to interact with the franchise and stuff. I think I draw Nani like this. So unfortunately, I remember how I draw her. I mean, she's not hard to draw, she's a robot who somehow has hair. These days, you find robots with hair. You know, it's kind of a weird idea to give hair on a robot when I grew up. But as a kid, you create stuff without even to care if it makes sense or not. Because I'm into robots back then. Robots used to be fun. Nowadays I was like, what happened? I guess they stopped exploring robots. In my theory, the 90s and the 2000s are like the experimental period where you explore ideas and stuff without worrying about risk or how popular it is or how well will it do. The only will express our ideas on screen. I mean, look at Cartoon Network. You see so many bunch of crazy ideas. They're not supposed to be appealing. It's about others exploring their world buildings and ideas, like Kid Next Door, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, so on and so forth. Compared to these days, it's been getting more safe. or a little more less risky design. These days, companies just want to make money and stuff. They don't want to worry about risk. They're afraid of risk or losing money. That's why some shows get cancelled quickly before they can finish the story. If the toys are not doing well, then they have to pull the plug. So that's what I see when I look through my middle school and elementary school and high school sketchbook. And at the end of the day, I'm not as skilled or talented as the other artists. But even though I had learning disability, I can always learn. It's clear that my brain has neuroplasticity, it means ability to learn. I don't learn as fast as others, so at the end of the day, people choose to learn or not. These days, we have technology to learn even faster. So you can really research everything you want to. When you learn Japan, you go on Google, they just show you what you're looking for. They even give you the website for you to look at. Of course, during that time, I used to be a collector and a consumer. Obviously, I consume less these days. I'm not really consume less, I buy less these days. Since collecting is kind of an endless hunt for the item you want. And once you lose that interest, they just become clutter. Although, without that my crazy interest, the item that I got 20 years ago become more worth it these days. That's why I'm able to sell them off pretty fast for some of them. Get a lot of my saving up for the new home. Hopefully we start with a new house. I've been a bit more cleaner this time. Cause, oh man, it's insane just to get rid of cassette tapes, videotapes, old technologies, old items and old antique stuff. It was kind of insane. Of course, look at this. I still got my unopened pencil. It took us over a month just to clear the whole house. We do have friends and family really coming in to take our stuff away. Stuff we don't need anymore. Like paintings, technology, toys, clothes, vintage stuff, something I cannot sell online. So that's why we decided to give it to them instead of paying extra for a dump truck, which is kind of a waste. In my opinion, to pay for a dump truck to throw stuff away where you can just give it to your friends and family who needs that more than you do. Of course, it's a lot more cheaper than to carry less than more, going cross-country moving from California to Texas. Of course, I sold my cars to somebody, so don't have reliable transportation. But once we got there, then we pretty much gonna buy everything we need. A nice upgrade, a decent car for me to drive. I don't really care what kind of car as long as I can drive and not worry about repairs and stuff. Of course, our furniture will be left behind. We basically gave everything away at this point, so today's our final day to pack our things to our apartment, and tomorrow will be our last push before we live in an apartment tomorrow. So our furniture and stuff, clothing and toys, go to the charity and helping other communities or the family who just moved here get all the stuff. Like I said to people, there's some people who need that stuff more than I do. Like I gave to my iPad to my mom. She needed that as an entertainment, so it's a chance for me to upgrade with somebody help me pitch in and stuff. So our paintings go to mostly friends and family. Especially my painting, somebody like it and they pretty much take it. I mean, all of our paintings are pretty much old school, so we can always redecorate our new homes with more modernized painting and stuff. More pop culture paintings. So the last 30 minutes, it's more like a blogging at this point. Talk about rambling my life story and stuff. Of course, this is not the first house I grew up with. I used to live in the other house, but I don't want to reveal my location too much. But I remember as a kid, California used to be in the middle of nowhere. Everything's so dusty and stuff. It's like a desert. Until there's more life into it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really venting. It's like sharing your life story to somebody online. Although I had to be cautious. Unfortunately, your information can be used against you. Kind of like all the news, where people share a little too much about themselves. A point where the person you get turned to a target. Like they know where you live, you know how much you have. They're gonna come over and take your stuff before you know it. Some people are not really good at filtering their words these days, so You have to be a little humble. Like I said, house is a house. You live in it, you survive with it against the harsh weather and stuff. It's your sanctuary. I don't really care if it's nice or is it big or small, as long as it's a really comfortable place to live. And the neighbors are great. So anyways, I gave my iPad to my mom. I don't know if she enjoyed it, but she couldn't use it as an entertainment, mini entertainment stuff. Since our TV got taken away, so she's been using it to watch movies and stuff. She does feel a little bit different between an 11-inch and 13-inch iPad. Since 11-inch is lighter, but the screen is smaller, so you have to squint your eyes or pull your screen to see your details. But with a 13-inch, it's a little heavier, but it works if you stay in one space for a long time. You get to see the details without squinting in, especially with the nano texture. It feels more comfortable to look at the screen and stuff. So your house, you get to see your neighborhood, you get to celebrate Halloween and stuff. You get your own room, you get your other room to do some stuff. You get your own space. It's very quiet. And of course, we get in bed at not spending a lot, so that's why over 20 years we end up having too much stuff to deal with. That's why it's harder. I mean, back then everything's big and bulky, so anyways, our stuff has been given away and sold off. I'm able to make decent money out of Mercari and stuff. And tomorrow I'll be helping out with the stuff and test out my first iPad stream this weekend. Not this weekend, this week, hopefully. If I have time and energy to do it. Cause we did test out the iPad 11-inch. You know how capable it is to stream with your iPad and stuff. So that's cool. So hopefully my 11-inch iPad can handle that as well. At least I got a bigger screen this time to stream. I just need a comfortable chair and stuff to lay back for hours. Besides that, I need to make a new portfolio for my Procreate example. Since I won't be using Photoshop. I mean, there is Photoshop and iPad, but it's not as great as this one. Yeah, so we are kind of trying to save money. Hopefully may save to Texas we got plenty of family there in Texas, so won't be much of the issues. I mean, after this, it won't be as hectic as the first 2 months of packing and moving all our stuff. So anyways, I do have plans when I move in. Anyways, thank you for watching and see you next time on my iPad. Cheers.